I'm Noah Lyles.
I'm Rod Benjamin.
And I'm Grant Holloway.
And this is Beyond the Records. Hit it, Steve!
World record holder.
For sure, not even close. Track was our favorite.
Can you race Usain Bolt? That would go so viral, you don't even understand.
Bro, we made thousands of videos, went through the effort of doing those things.
Peace out.
Later.
Thanks, guys. Y'all are the best.
Yo, welcome back to Beyond the Records podcast. I know y'all freaking missed me. I'm back. This episode is brought to you by HUEL, and today we have the one and only world record holder, Olympic champ, Money Man V. What up, bro?
What's up, man? Glad to be here.
I know, you finally got you on the
Olympic
pod.
champions myself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. You guys are amazing. I like what y'all been doing. I've been keeping up with it a lot, so it's fun. I'm glad y'all got me here. So let's get right into it, man. What's up?
Bet you tell us. World record holder, Olympic champion. How's that feel? Olympic champion. How's that sound at the end of your name?
It feels real good to actually have that moment where I was actually like part of it this time of the year. So just being able to have my name called and be ready to run out there in the finals. So I just know it was very, very real this time. You know, we had obviously everybody watched it. It was a great chase with Rye and Tobogo. So to go out there and lay it on the line and come back with the victory, man, it feels great. You should know how it feels. You won one of the most prestigious races. You won the 100.
Yeah.
So I know that's got to be a surreal feeling too as well, because a lot of times a lot of people doubted your ability to run the 100 too. So I just know this, seeing it, you shut a lot of people up, man, and I just know that got to be a real feeling, especially for you and Lance Brown, your coach too. So I know that's like very touching his heart very closely.
No, it definitely did. It was a really good feeling. I mean, we've talked about it a lot here on the podcast, but I think something recently that I was talking about was, I was Coach B's first male Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, because he has some hitters now.
Oh, he has great hitters.
When people look at his list of talent that he coached, he's got to be up there for one of the greatest coaches ever, though.
Truly.
And same with you, Ryan. You finally got that gold medal. I know it's been a long time coming, because you know how it is. You obviously like you one of the greatest ever, dog. I tell people all the time, like, you could train for the 1, the 2, the 4.
You hear that?
You could really but
you want to get your butt kicked? That's what I heard.
Nah. I trained with Rod for a few times. Dude really could spin though.
When did you guys train?
We was in Antigua.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we was in Antigua for a little training camp, little break thing.
I think I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, so
that was recent, right?
We had did like some 60s or something like that together. Yeah. Dude really could spin though.
Telling you,
like if he actually would train, I think
I could beat you.
Not even glazing though. He could really spin though.
I love it when people have dreams.
Nah, man, it's cool though.
I make dreams come true though.
So do I.
But no, V, tell us, bro. Like, how has life been since the Olympics? What's it like? What's your schedule been like? Because I know for me, like, things changed dramatically.
Yeah, well, for me, it's like, I mean, nothing really changed, because, like, I live a very simple life. Like, I'm real chill. I'm real, like, relaxed. So, my family was, obviously, everybody back home was proud. So a lot of attention on that. My mom's been super, super proud of everything going on. So she gave this repping myself and stuff like that. But as far as with me, like, I just went back into my same routine, just trying to stay, simple and not, like, too caught up in it, because I was hearing people was having, like, post-Olympic blues and all that stuff. So I was trying not to get into all that. But when I got home, I was just like, damn, I'm not in the village no more. Because, we was having a good time in the village and stuff. But I don't think nothing too much changed, because I look at every year the same. I got to go out, get myself ready mentally, physically, and then just go out there and attack it, because each year, guys getting faster, people finding new ways to get ahead, and I just always try to keep myself right there in the mix, because as I get older, you learn, you understand, your body and how you want to develop too, and how you want to process these next couple of years, because my plan is to try to make it to LA 28. So, I'm not thinking about the age thing. I'm thinking more about how my body feel year in, year out. So I'm taking it day to day, but everything been the same. I've been steady. Like, everything been smooth, man. I've been just chilling, relaxing, man. It's been great though, just to have those accomplishments I did have. And, I worked extremely hard, man. So I'm just staying consistent with that, and also just trying to prepare myself more mentally than physically, because I have moments where I be challenging myself very mentally when I go into like competition and practice most days. So I've been trying to do a better job at that to keep me where I need to be at, because like I say, these guys getting faster. I want to be right there with them.
Right.
If you notice, like I don't miss our opportunities to compete. So I like to compete. I like to go out there and show like what I could do too. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm still working towards the individual medal myself. You guys got plenty of those. So I'm trying to get on you guys' level. But at the same time, I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, you be consistent." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool," but I haven't been dominant. You know, whereas I was actually in the race and I dominated the race and continue to do that on a day-to-day basis though. So that's the only things I mentally been getting myself prepared for.
Wanted, before we get too far away from it, you said something that I felt we haven't talked about on this podcast yet. You said Olympic blues. And to a lot of people, they might not understand what that is, but you know, postpartum Olympics, you know, gold medal, depression, you know, this stuff is real. This stuff has happened. I had talked to an athlete after the Olympics who got their medal very young, and they were talking about kind of getting into that rut. And you said that you don't usually fall into that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you keep your mindset, you know?
Well, obviously I keep God first. You know, I stay prayed up. You know, my mama's praying for me, close friends, everybody around me praying for me as well. But for myself, I stay grounded in my bubble. Like, whereas when I'm home, you know, I'm always reminding the humble of what I want to do and where I come from as well. So, and I understand the mental focus part of it is like everything it's in the moment, you know, and you got to experience that moment right then and there. Then reality hits right after that. And for me, I just try to stay in reality and also in the moment a little bit, just to understand, like, you know, I am human and everything ain't gonna always go my way or be my way. So I'm gonna enjoy it for now, but I know I want to have this moment again. So I gotta just have a quick switch and stay grounded and understand, like, okay, this is just for now. So how can I focus on the next thing to get me here, or just, you know, just staying level-headed, because a lot of times, you know, people fall into that funk and they just can't get out of it. And so for me, you know, everybody's different.
Exactly.
So, but for me, it's like I just stay in my own little bubble and I just try to stay, you know, not caught up in like other situations or other people's lives and stuff like that. So I just stay focused on myself mostly the part. And, you know, I have my friends, everyone, you know, just we all talk about it and stuff like that. But, you know, it's cool, you know, but at the same time, like, you got to go out and have, you know, another day of life too, because like I said, like, people look at us like elite sprinters and elite runners, but also we still are humans too. We still have feelings, we still have emotions, we still go through day-to-day stuff like just like everybody else. So, and I think that's what keeps me, you know, understanding, like, you know, I am human. I'm not a robot. Like we all, like, people say like, oh, you got all this stuff. Like, yeah, that's fine, but I mean, at the end of the day, we bleed the same. So I'm still going to go out there and just be myself at the end of the day. And I think that's the main thing. I try to always be myself, because I know who I am. I understand my feelings and how I feel throughout certain situations. And but yeah, it could get scary for a lot of situations, because, you know, I had moments, you know, in my life whereas, like, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I had moments where I felt like a lot of things wasn't going my way. And, you know, and my relationship with God got closer because I had to continue to like pray for, you know, just some clarity and stuff like that, just to see, like, you know, not just about track stuff, just a lot with, you know, my family and everything, because I'm just trying to carry so much and do so much too. So it's almost like, you know, I got to deal with the sport and having to go out there and compete, because, you know, the sport is already hard, you know, and, you know, we got to go out there every single day, work hard to be at what we want to be at, because USA is one of the hardest teams to make in the world. So dealing with that type of stress and dealing with other things, it just, you know, you can lose yourself. But when you stay grounded and you be at a place where you at peace and you got all the right things around you, the right people, the right support system, a lot of things could go into that weight. And for me, like, I just always try to remain to keeping things around me clear-headed, you know, so.
Have you always been like that? Like, keeping that bubble secure, tight to yourself?
Nah, not really. I think it got more like that. Like, so I'm gonna tell you a story. So, like, back in 2005, right? Came from New Orleans, and we evacuated from New Orleans to Morgan City. And I think at the time it was just me and my mom. So we moved to Morgan City, and mind you, I had no friends, nobody to be around, nobody to hang out with and stuff like that. It was just me and my mom. And I hated my mom for a long time because I wanted to go back to New Orleans because that's where all my friends were. We put me in this little. I went from a big city to this little small town city, Morgan City, where everything started at for me. But I got there, and I was very isolated for a long time. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to do nothing because I was very like kind of sad a little bit because you got no friends. Like you put me, and then like it was like a culture shock too. Like I'm around all these different races and stuff too. So like it was all new to me. I came from a very dominant black community, you know, going to school, being around my friends, and you put me in this place where I'm like I stick out like a sore thumb, and I'm just like, yo, like that had forced me at a young age to like just isolate because I wasn't very friendly. How I am, like how y'all see me now, like I wasn't friendly at all. I don't talk to people. I was very shy. I was just like it's in my own space, and then I go home, and like it just like my mom probably gone at work or something. It'd just be me at the house just chilling. So I was kind of like, because my brothers was in other places as well, so it was just me by myself. So, you know, and I think that kept me like in a place where I'm just like by myself all the time, just like thinking like, you know, like when I'm going back to New Orleans and all this stuff. So it left me alone in that place, but it was almost like I was just, you know, frustrated a lot too with everything that was going on at that time. So to deal with that young, I felt like that's when I felt like being alone was like okay, but at the same time it's like, you know, I got comfortable being alone. And then as I got older, I realized being alone not bad. When you're dealing with a lot of stuff, so you want to separate yourself from distractions and all that type of stuff. Because I got in a little trouble at that time when I started doing other things, but at the same time, like now as I got older and I'm doing this sport, I realized I had to minimize so many distractions and people in order for me to want to achieve the things I want to achieve. And so, like, you know, I understood then, like, you know, just like, that's kind of where that came from, me just isolating myself. But I was like forced to do it because I didn't want to be around these people. I didn't want to be here. I was like, yo, like I don't want, like, what the hell is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? So just to go through that so young and think about it now, it's just like, damn, like I did not want to be in Morgan City at that time. But look at it now, fast forward, Morgan City is like one of the places that actually allowed me to grow and be the man that I am now today, which is crazy.
Is that also when you started running track?
Mm-hmm. So
what age was that?
I started track junior year of high school. I played basketball through high school, so I started out track my junior year. And to be honest, bro, I only ran fast one time. Like, I ran fast one time my senior year, and I got disqualified, too, at the state meet for a lane violation. And
what'd you run? What time did you run?
I ran like at this time now. Now this is a little bit before you guys. You guys younger than me. So I ran 46.6 in 2011, May of 2011. At that time, that was like running 45 low at the time. That's like really fast.
And what age?
This was 2011. So
no, what age were you? How
Like
old were
18
you?
maybe?
about like 17, 18.
Okay, so you're about a senior.
Yeah, senior high school. This is my senior high school. So at
46 fast? 46 fast?
yeah, but at this time, 46 was like, not a lot of guys were running 46.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I think Dedrick Dukes ran at this time. Armin Hall
Cherry
was
was just about to come out because Cherry was 12, 13.
Yeah, so
this is
running 46 was like kind of fast.
Yeah.
Compared to now, you got guys running 44 seconds, which is insane. And so I ran that time. I got disqualified. So, you know, and I even knew I was going to go to school, bro, like college-wise, because I'm thinking I was going to get an opportunity to play college basketball. That didn't work out, but I didn't have a lot of requirements, too, to go to college as well, like as far as the classes in high school. So, and you know what's crazy? Coach Shaven and Coach Benny Brazil came to my house like 2 days later trying to offer me a scholarship and stuff. And I was just like,
off of one disqualified race.
Yeah, but I guess they saw my talent because like everybody's like, even my coaches that I was coaching in high school used to always be like, yo, like man, you're a quarter horse, man. You can run, you do this. I used to look at him like, man, this dude crazy, man. I'm just out here for the vibes. Like, I'm just out here because I ain't really got nothing to do. Because in high school, I just worked, went to practice. Like, you know, I always had a job in high school, and I thought that's what I was gonna do after high school was go get a job. Like, you know, in the South, as men, if you don't go to school or do things, you get a job. You just don't sit around the house and do nothing. We work. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from and the law I came from, I watched my mom work their entire life. You get a job. And so that's what I thought I was going to do. And I went to ran fast one time. you know, I ain't have the requirements to go Division I straight out of high school. So, you know, Coach Shaven was like, well, you can go to junior, a 2-year school, and you can go anywhere you want in the world because a lot of schools go recruit y'all. Like, talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. And I get to junior college, bro, and every school in the country was trying to recruit me. And I was just like, what? And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I don't want to go to none of these schools for real, though. I just want to go back to the crib. So I always had my heart set on, like, LSU for real, though. So this is because I'm from Louisiana. Like, when you're from Louisiana, like me, I'm very Louisiana proud. I support everything in Louisiana. From rappers, artists, anything that had anything to do with Louisiana, I'm supporting it because I'm from there. So, So being able to represent LSU, being from Louisiana, it means so much to me and just to represent your home state. It just feel better. It's like, you know, it's like you from, you know, wherever you're from, you just represent your home state. And that's how I kind of see it. And I think that's why I like, you know, a lot of athletes from Louisiana stay at home. But now things might change with NIL and all that stuff. But that's basically where it started. And I went to junior college, then ended up going to LSU. And that's where everything kind of like just took off, bro. Going to LSU, everything just.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I didn't get a chance to eat breakfast this morning, and I'm starving.
Oh, bruh. Here, try HUEL. It's like a
wow.
perfect meal in a bottle.
Thank you. 35 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, and 27 vitamins and minerals.
It's for your most inconvenient meals. No prep, no cooking. Just grab a HUEL and go.
A meal replacement? This must be incredibly expensive, bro.
Actually, it's incredibly affordable. High protein meals for under $5.
Dang, this actually tastes really good. Tastes like a milkshake, bro.
They actually come in iced coffee, strawberry banana, chocolate, and vanilla. My favorite flavor is actually vanilla.
Dude, where can I buy HUEL?
You can stop by your local GNC, online Amazon, or HUEL.com. And right now, new customers can try HUEL for 15% off plus a free gift by using our promo code BEYOND.
That's BEYOND. This podcast is sponsored by HUEL, spelled HUEL, the world's leading complete nutrition brand trusted by millions. Head to HUEL.com right now to place your first order. Like right now, guys. Don't miss your 15% off and your free gift.
HUEL's ready-to-drink meal is the easiest way to get all the nutrition you need in seconds. Access to quality, quick, and easy meals has never been so simple and tasted so good.
Ever?
Ever. Don't believe me? Take the leap and join the community of HUELigans with this exclusive offer.
When's the best time to use HUEL?
In between practice, right after the gym, whenever you've missed a meal or you're just recovering on an off day, it's always a good chance to use HUEL. Now back to the podcast.
Sponsored by HUEL.
Was it you said it was a shock going to, you know, just knowing that everybody wanted you at that. Did that like change your mindset of what you could do, what you could become?
No, because in my head, I was just going to school just for education. And, you know, my mom couldn't afford for me to go get no education. Couldn't afford tuition and all that stuff. So my whole mindset was, I'm going to go to this school, do what these people want me to do, get my education, and get out of here. So that was my whole mindset.
And bounce.
like I always was a very disciplined and hardworking person. I watched my mom work the entire life on the schedule. She was very disciplined. She stayed on the schedule. I watched her go to work on the day she didn't want to go. So like that in my head at a young age, seeing that it tells you something and it keeps you like, you know, it's like, oh well, I need to do this even on days I don't want to do this. So I think that's still immune in me as well. So, you know, but I was just going to school. I was running track just to get my education.
What was the transition like from South Plains to LSU? Because it's two different calibers.
It is because like obviously the resources.
Right.
Like people are like, oh man, JUCO hard. I don't think JUCO was that hard. I actually was fine. We had 3 meals a day. You got a room, Wi-Fi. Like you got really no responsibility. So I don't understand how people are like, oh man, JUCO was so hard. Man, I had a good time at South Plains. like I told you, I had 3 meals a day. As long as I was getting fed and I had Wi-Fi and I had a roof over my head, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And then, but that transition going from South Plains to LSU was different as far as like the culture, and it's a bigger school. So I went from being in classes with 20 people to like 60 people.
Yeah.
And I think that was a big difference because I'm like, damn, man, I need to get into some smaller classes because I can't focus. So, you know, LSU was able to give me some resources, whereas like they handle things so I could be able to focus a little bit more better in class and be on top of my grades. But even when I got to LSU, though, my goal was just to go to school. Like, track was like track, but obviously when I got to the NCAA, that's when I realized how competitive track was. Like, it is so competitive competing in NCAA. And I was just there like, yeah, I'm just going to do what I'm told and get out of here. But luckily, like when I got to LSU, my competitive spirit became more aggressive. Like, I wanted to, like, compete more because I'm running against – when you run against, like, some of the best people in the country, for some reason it's something I wanted to do. Right. So I'm like, damn, man, I can't wait to go run against. Like I never shied away from the moment. Like, I always wanted to be like, yeah, I'm gonna run Inc. I got it. Like we go do this. Like, come on, I'm like, I want to do everything at this point. And then that's like the only transition. Like, far as like workouts and everything, I kind of just like went right in. But I developed more as a sprinter when I got to LSU than I was at South Plains. I think Coach Sheva did a really good job having me understanding how to be a sprinter and how to how to sprint, because being a quarter mile, like, now you have to be fast. I think like in all the events, you really have to be fast to be at a efficient level when you're competing. And I think that was like one of the biggest transitions, because like I couldn't sprint at all. Like, I was so long, but now I'm tapping off the ground now, and you can hear it. And I think that's one of the best things I think developed was understanding, like, because people are like, oh, you need to run this to be like, you still have to sprint. You have to be fast and I'm still developing as a sprinter to get faster, because I have yet to break 44 seconds, and I'm still
you and me both, brother.
I'm still trying to do it. I think this might be the year we might see that sub 44 this year, though. So we'll see. But yeah, that was like kind of how my transition was from South Plains to LSU. It was a great transition, and it was nice to still be able to. I'm still training at LSU with Coach Sheva as well. Like, I've been with him for the last 10 years, and pro career. Like, it's crazy though. I've been with the same agent, same brand, same coach my whole career.
Blessed, brother.
That's a blessing.
It's crazy, but like I tell people all the time, like I made that work, as in I understood it's 50-50. We were just talking about that earlier, 50-50 for as, having a communication with your coach, communication with your management, like, to understand, like, they not going to always do things for you. You got to go to the table with something for them to work with. Right. And I think every single year I go to the table with something to work with, and we make it happen. Whether we make the team, we get on the podium, whatever it is, we still try to find small wins in what we did in order to grow for the next year. We don't really want to harp on too much, about what things didn't go too wrong. We just go just get better. Like, no excuses, just get better. Because I look at it like last year, even though I ran fast, I ran well, but individually, I think I failed myself, because I wanted to make the individual, wanted to get on the podium. That's always my goal, individual podium. And I ain't see that, so, I look at it like, Coach, I got to get better. Simple. We got to get better. I got to get better. And that's the way I look at it, I'm never like, people just try to blame people. I hold myself accountable. If I suck, I suck. Right. Like, period. Like if you suck, it's like, bro, it's no way he should. Like, I don't look at like, oh, he shouldn't have beat me. Like, man, look, he had a good day. And that's just how the sport is. Y'all know, like, everybody, that's why I don't get caught when people run fast.
You are like that, though.
People go run fast regardless. That's just the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the sport. Like, everybody's training hard, so it's like they're going to have a good day. You just want to have your good day when it's time to have that great day. So it's like I don't really get caught up in fast time. I rather win at the most highest level than running fast throughout the year.
Right.
But I'd rather run fast at that meet, though.
Hey, guys, I want to tell you about one of our sponsors, LMNT.
LMNT is a zero-sugar electrolyte drink.
As Olympic athletes, we know a lack of electrolytes can lead to muscle soreness, cramps, and brain fog.
That's why it's important to have sodium, potassium, and magnesium in your daily training with LMNT. LMNT helps anyone stay hydrated without any sugar or any dodgy ingredients that you might find in any other sports drinks.
They come in both cans and packets. Each packet and can delivers a meaningful dose of electrolytes. LMNT is formulated for anyone on a mission to restore their health through hydration.
And LMNT is perfectly suited for athletes. Get your free LMNT sample pack with any purchase using our link below.
Also try the new LMNT Sparkling, a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water.
Try LMNT totally risk-free. If you don't like it, Element will refund your order, no questions asked. Drink Element.
So get in your element with Element. I think that's important this year because, as you guys know, like this year is going to be super long.
Yeah.
I think the last time we had a year this long was, what, 2019? Doha?
2019.
So, I mean, and there's a lot of competitions this year. There's Diamond Leagues, Grand Slam, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Athlos as well, too.
One.
So,
Yeah, it's a lot of opportunities for athletes to.
are you doing Grand Slam?
Man,
It's up in the air?
honestly, I think I will be doing the Grand Slam. I am kind of a little bit butthurt about the Grand Slam because I felt like the Grand Slam. I felt like there's no knock to none of the guys that they signed because those are the 4 fastest guys in the 400 meters. All those guys, they ran fast. That's the goal, to sign the 4 fastest people, right? But, I thought I was going to be on that list where it's like, I've been consistent these last couple of years. I ran probably, in the last 4 to 5 years, I probably ran more 400s than any of those guys signed combined. But they got individual success that I don't have. They had individual medals that I don't have. So, and they ran faster than me, period. So, I just thought like, damn, maybe I have opportunity to be signed. But I'll probably go in as a challenger to go out there and compete. Because like I said, I like to run against the best. And if he said he's the best 4 guys, I'm going to go out there and give him a run for their money. So, but yeah, you might see me in the Grand Slam. But I think it's pretty cool to see that, to see how it goes. It's unfortunate that we couldn't get our 2 gold medalists over here in it. But, I mean, that's a whole nother topic because obviously we all have our differences about it, though. But, everybody, it's a lot of things that probably just don't fit y'all criteria in which I wanted to see through it. But we'll see how it goes. But it's a lot of opportunities for a lot of athletes to go out there and perform. So the main thing is we got to keep the main thing, and that's trials.
Right.
And so everything is going to be a building step towards that.
Did they offer you a contract?
No.
Or did they ever approach you?
No, not to my knowledge.
Or your agent?
To my knowledge, no. But from what I heard, I was next on the list. From what I heard.
That's a nice way.
Yeah, that's a nice way
for them to say that.
If you want my answer, if they came to me with a contract, fuck no. But I mean, like I said, Michael Johnson, Kyle, they go after the 4 fastest guys, and whoever available next, I think I probably was the next guy up, which is cool and all. But like I said, either way, I'm gonna go out and compete, and we'll see how it goes. But I think the first one is actually in Jamaica. I might do that one just to see, where things go. And because I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of cheese on the line though. Like you go out there and you have a chance to win 100,000. A lot of athletes in this sport, they don't even. Some of us who don't have individual success sometimes don't even get to see 100,000 throughout the year from competing. So to go out there and have an opportunity to get that in one race, it says a lot. You got like other opportunities to do that. So it's a good money grab to throughout the year, especially for a lot of athletes that could come in as challengers who don't have that support. So, we'll see how it goes like with this year because it's a lot of opportunities to compete. And so I gotta keep myself on edge or like what I'm trying to do because like I said, I like to compete. I like to compete more than train. Like once I'm in shape, bro, I'm going race. Like, all right, coach, man, we did enough of this. I'm getting bored now. I gotta go do something. I gotta go see, like, you know what I'm saying? I like, cause like every race, you see me in it. I never shy away from competition, but now it's like
you gotta be smart.
You gotta be smart.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I feel like I don't need to compete as much as I used to, just because I'm bored or just because I like to compete. So I'm gonna be very strategic of how I want to do things this year. Just
like
to
a
be
supercar.
ready.
You can't drive. You can't drive the Ferrari every day.
Yeah,
man.
you can't do it.
You gotta
every day,
plug it in
so.
on the tender, man, and cover it up. And take
Because
it
like
out
I
when the
said,
day's
bro,
nice.
Warm up the brakes.
Yeah, there you go.
Because like I said, like a lot of these athletes, they getting faster. They understanding what they doing, but it always come down to the mental part of the sport. Whereas you got all these great athletes in one place, you gotta be good on this day. Don't matter what you did all year.
Yep.
You had that great race all year. Now it's time to line it up here. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how things progress throughout the year. But like you said, there's a lot of opportunities though. But
What would you what would you want to see from Grand Slam in your best case scenario? And, this thing goes off with a bang and you're like, yo, this, makes me, even though I might not have been selected the first time, like, dang, I now want to be a part of it.
I want to see everyone having a good time. I want to see more fans engaging with the sport. I want to see that type of development, whereas people actually having a good time at with that type of event and thing like that. Whereas more athletes want to get involved in it, and more fans want to be more engaged into the sport. So that's most of the biggest thing I want to see from it, though. But because at the same time, like I said, it's a good way. It's a big chunk of change you can make from competing, but we still have to enjoy ourselves doing it. And so if we could get more fans involved and athletes involved doing it, and we could get bigger stars like you guys more involved in it too, that'll help that as well. But all that's business side though, so they gotta get the business straight for we get more heavy hitters into that, because there's a lot of heavy hitters they miss. They miss you two, they miss Grant, they miss Shakira. They missed a lot of big names that they didn't get. But I'm pretty sure they probably came down to management and business side about contract agreements, and a lot of that stuff could play into part. So hopefully, however it goes in the right direction. I'm always want things to go in the right direction for our sport. Always. So we'll see how it play out though. But at the same time, it's one of those things we gotta see. Like even with Alexis, when he did Atlas, that was great.
Yeah,
He did.
I wasn't there. I should have went. We went to the wedding. We went to Matt's wedding that weekend. So
That is what we were doing.
so we was at Matt's wedding in
was a
England.
great
So
wedding.
I wanted to go, but if his wedding wasn't correlated around that time, I definitely would have went just to support the women event, because seemed like a lot of people was involved, a lot of people was engaged. They did a great job on social media pushing out all the stars, and they made all these women feel, accepted and wanted in that way. And they made a good chunk of change in that meet. I think Brittany Brown made like $85,000 in like 33 seconds. So, I say a lot of people don't even make that through most of the contracts or this throughout the year. So for them to have that opportunity, it was pretty nice. So they did a good job with that. So hopefully he could continue building off that and go into like maybe doing something with men and women,
right.
And
I also think it was good exposure.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like,
because everybody want to see women
right.
in their uniform.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's that, but it was also on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with Grand Slam, and correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't heard anything about TV deals.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything yet.
So it's like you have all
rumors.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he
that's
probably got.
I'll keep it to
the rumors. But all I'm saying is, it's like what? They're 2 months out at this point right now.
Yep.
And where are you gonna watch all these athletes?
I'm pretty sure.
Like, where are you gonna tell the stories? Like, it's no. I feel like at this point, this close, like you want to promote things from this point out, but it's like we don't know where we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch on Flow Track, like.
Yeah.
Even that too is a little like, do you really want to watch track on Flow Track? Like,
I think that's probably one of the biggest things. Whereas, but I think they're working extremely hard to get those things involved. But hopefully they are.
Yeah.
In order if they want this to go the way they want it to, because Michael Johnson is the greatest 400 meter ever. So I'm pretty sure he's not gonna step in to do something half-assed. So he probably going full throttle with it. And like I said, from my understanding, it seems like they have the support. So hopefully they get everything on board with that, because, if you got all these top athletes,
Yeah.
Gabby, Sydney, all these people that signed already and stuff like that. So people are going to want to see these athletes perform, and, and we could get things on board. Hopefully they get you guys on these challenges. I mean, they got one in L.A., they got one in Florida, but I don't know how things match up with y'all time schedule, huh?
Miramar?
That's in Florida, right?
Miramar? The windiest place on earth?
Hey, man. Man, go out there and get you,
Get you a
They got one in
cheese.
LA too, though, as well. Though.
Yeah,
I think LA is one of the last
it's
ones.
at UCLA.
So yeah, they got that's LA a good location. Jamaica. They got. I mean, they going about it the right way, I guess. But we'll just see how things pan. I think right now we just gotta see. But like they getting the best runners to run. So I'm gonna go out there and find my way to go out there and compete and try to earn a little cheese, though. Obviously, I'm sure they probably offer you a contract. You probably was one of the top guys they got, because you Olympic gold medals you just came off of, and you one of the fastest ever too. So, like, what was like the process for you? Like, did they come to you with a contract? Or like, what are your thoughts of something that you want to get from the Grand Slam? Like, or something like, was it a conversation, something they had?
I think they had a conversation with Mark,
Uh-huh.
and I had a conversation with Mark, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like me and Noah are on the same page with this. Is the scheduling?
Okay.
I didn't really like the scheduling and the back-to-back competitions that early in the year, and I think for us was like, I know I asked like, hey, is it possible like they can change the scheduling? And there was just really like no budge on.
So they were very adamant about how
keeping
the double schedule was
So
going to work.
y'all went to them with like a different type of structure plan for.
It's not like we went. It's not like I went to them. I was just like, hey, honestly, like if they considered changing the structure, then it makes sense. Because if you want me to come out and run 44 low and then come back the next day and
47,
run 46,
46,
47, like, bro, what am I gonna do for the rest of the week? Like, you never know what might happen. Like, I might run 44 today and be sore tomorrow, and now I gotta go hurdle. Like, and then now I'm like at risk of getting hurt in April. Like, I don't get paid to run Grand Slam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get paid to win medals at major championships.
Yeah, but I think that's the contract in it. You know, you get paid through the contract.
Yeah.
But it's more of a consequence though.
Okay.
You know, from a sponsor's standpoint. You know
So you
what
look
I
at
mean?
that as was it a big risk as far as getting with the Grand Slam and throughout the rest of the
Well,
year?
let's just take the money out of it, right? Like, everyone's main goal is to win a medal, right? No one's gonna remember, oh, he won Grand Slam in 2025. But you know what everyone will remember? You winning a gold medal or medaling at World Championships in 2025. People remember that stuff. And I'll even go so far as to say no one probably will remember that. People remember you winning a gold medal at the Olympic Games. But for me personally, it was the scheduling, one. Like, I don't know anything about a TV deal. That's two. Because you want to push stories and get, like, the audience involved. Like, where's the audience? Like, where are they going to watch this stuff at?
Yeah.
3, I was also, I wouldn't say skeptical because that's kind of a bit negative, but it's how is this going to make money? And one of the big kind of red flags to me was you having that meet in Miramar, because it's a very small place. And unless you're selling those tickets for $1,500 a head, which no one in track and field will buy, you're not making any money.
I'm not laughing at that. It's kind of funny how you say it, though.
Exactly. So it's like you think about all that type of stuff, and like we have a product that works. Diamond League works. People can complain about it all they want, but it actually works. There's a structure that works. And I understand it drives competition, and Diamond League prize did go up this year.
Yeah, it went up.
Yeah, shout out to
where
all involved parties. But if we invested that money in the Diamond League and you guys came together, I mean, I get it. It's a business. People have egos, whatever. If you put it aside and you think, okay, this is for the advancement of the sport, right? We invest that money into the Diamond League and make it more glamorous. Then we have something that's like already has a structure. We have the structure. We have the infrastructure.
So more appearance fees.
We have more appearance fees. We have people that will actually come to the track meets, because here in America, it's like it's very track and field isn't like
it's not as big.
It's not as big, yeah. And I get you want to tap the American market, but we have a market that works right now.
So let me ask this: do you think the Grand Slam, what they're trying to do, is something that's going to help the market in the U.S.? Is it something that's going to help grow the sport in the U.S.?
Well, I mean, you can't grow the sport if you're not. Like, I get that they're pushing, they're promoting, but I don't think they're getting the necessary reach, in my opinion. And especially like being like 2 months out, like we haven't heard. I haven't seen like a commercial for it anywhere.
Okay, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen any promotion for it anywhere. And I get it's 2 months, but like, still, you want to like push that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Is that something you've been thinking about as well, as far as like, because they're trying to get the biggest, well, they have already signed the biggest athletes, and you guys are obviously the biggest athletes too in our sport. You know, you coming off the the 100-meter gold medal, and you also double world champion. So is that something that thought in your mind as far as being on TV with commercials and the advertisement of it?
Yeah, two things that I want to mention that Rise already spoke on was adding what Grand Slam is doing and mixing it with the Diamond League. And the reason that I don't believe that that can work is because the Diamond League meets are actually individual entities.
Yeah.
Grand Slam is under one umbrella. It's all owned by Grand Slam. It's a business model.
Yeah.
The Diamond Leagues are all individual meets. You know, they have their own individual meet directors and so on and so forth. And it just so happened that the Diamond League came and said, hey, let's put this all under one name, this group of track meets, and let's make money from it.
Yeah.
So you can't really do that as efficiently with the Diamond Leagues, in my opinion, as it stands right now, which is why I do like having a league that is all under one umbrella.
Right, like the Diamond League, right?
No. Grand Slam is under one umbrella.
Grand Slam's under one
Diamond
umbrella.
Leagues are all individual entities that just have the same name.
If you like that, then like, what's your thoughts on you like not being able to come to an agreement with that Grand Slam? Because I'm pretty sure they came to you.
The biggest issues is, one, yes, the scheduling is very odd in my opinion.
Okay.
Especially for a marketing standpoint. If
understand.
I go on the Jimmy Fallon and I say I'm the 100, 200 Grand Slam champion, it's like the crowd's gonna be like, oh, nice, and then Grant comes on the next day and he's like, yeah, I'm the 100, 110 hurdle Grand Slam champion. Wait, Noah just said he was the 100-meter Grand Slam champion, and you're also the 100-meter Grand Slam champion? How does that work? It's like, from a marketing standpoint, how are you going to market things that two people own? There has to be a winner, and obviously the times are going to be completely different. So again, we're doing track and field with extra steps. It's not. We don't need to reinvent track and field, in my opinion. We just need to market it better, and then that goes to the second thing. Like where I said, it needs a home. Track and field needs a home. It needs a place to be watched. Everybody's coming off the Olympics. Everybody's coming off sprint. The amount of people who stop me in the street like, oh, sprint was amazing. Where can I watch your next meet? Oh, I'm racing next week. Where?
Right. So you think them not having a TV provider right now is one of the huge question marks for the Grand Slam?
It definitely hurts my involvement.
Right.
Because
you're a star.
I mean, it hurts everybody's involvement.
At that point, it hurts everybody's involvement.
Yeah.
If we're doing all this work, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's around to see it, did that tree fall?
You look at it from that perspective, but I look at it as it's a business, right?
Everything's business.
And at the end of the day, if there's no ROI, then you have a failed business model, and it's like, how long could you be sustainable? Right. Because you're not going to make any money. They're not going to make any money this year, and they're not going to make any money next year.
Because I thought they couldn't afford you guys. I was like, man, they
No,
probably
it's
asking
not
for the
even-
bank.
No, it's not even that.
They underbid me.
Yeah.
But I mean, the same as well too. But it is what
before
it is.
the Olympics.
Yeah, it is. And I didn't get
The
an
price
offer.
went up for you because you were the champions.
I didn't get an offer until like after the Olympics, and even after it was just like, oh,
And I'll even say that
okay.
money is not the thing that's going to drive me every
it's
time.
Yeah.
Truthfully, even now looking at it, okay, we're 2 months out, and I'm looking, who are your outside sponsors? Who are your non-track and field sponsors? I haven't even heard a block sponsor. I know. I want to hear, is there a watch deal? Is there, a betting company that's getting involved? Like, where are these other things that being in the U.S. provides you with? Because I believe that America is the
we got all the
best
resources.
marketing factory.
Yeah, we have all the resources.
Exactly. So I want to see those companies getting involved, and I haven't heard anything. Like I said, I haven't seen a commercial. I haven't seen promos, and the promos I have seen are just athletes pointing at the camera, which is nice when they're going to come onto the track. But, I've seen enough of those. I've seen the last 5. Where's the one that gives me the story? Where's the storylines? What's going to be the driving factor to get people to show up for 3 days straight?
Right. So you think, I hate to ask this, so you think it's going to be a process where they're going to not do so well with the ticket sales, trying to just get people more? Because I say, like, the stars attract, like, the stars is going to attract the fans. So you don't think fans are going to commit 2 to 3 days to come out and show up?
This is
because you got to look at the
you said, your mom worked, right? Yeah. She went to work, right? Yeah. Who is gonna skip 3 days of work to go to track meet?
3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I mean, we just gotta see.
Now, hang on. Are they going to do that in Jamaica?
Oh, they love track in Jamaica.
Yes, when it's free.
Yeah.
When the track meets free. Because everybody wants to talk about how great Boys and Girls Champs is. Boys and Girls Champs is free.
Yeah, they have a good crowd too.
Exactly.
It's
What
free.
have you ever seen the crowd at their national championships? That back row, actually,
Yes, I've
almost
seen
besides the home stretch, none of that is full.
Right. Damn, you actually make a good point.
So,
Then let's go to Miramar.
And that's what I was saying. Bro.
So-
Like, he's selling them tickets for $1,500.
Let me ask you. So the locations that they have, you think it could have been better locations?
Yes.
If you
First
had to
of all,
choose,
Penn at that time of year, like you've been to Penn Relays, you've been to Penn Relays,
Penn
you're at
Relays,
LSU, yeah.
Penn Relays is kinda lit, though.
I
it's
love
lit,
Penn Relays.
Penn Relays is lit, though.
But it has
lit,
been dying.
But
Yeah.
it's hit or miss.
Okay.
It could be 30 degrees at Penn, and it could be 60
but
degrees
we
at
truly
Penn.
don't know how it's gonna go. though.
And that's the thing, though.
That's the
You
risk,
kind of
right?
you kind of put yourself
for
in
Penn
this
Relays.
ambiguous like spot with that location. Miramar, it's windy. Unless they're gonna build a grand stand on the backstretch, like those 100 seats that they got on the home stretch,
Each home stretch
like
and backstretch.
like you're not expecting to make any money ticket sales wise from that location. On like I said, unless you're charging $1,500 a head
Right.
for, and even that might not even make any money.
right. You're right.
But
and then let's
on
go to
top
LA,
of that, yeah, let's go to LA
where
like,
everything
yes.
is overhyped. And
Eh.
well,
Nah, it
I'm
is,
not gonna
though.
say
Let me
everything.
go ahead and
I'm
say
saying
this.
that it's hard
Nah.
to get through the hype. Like there's
No.
so
Yeah,
many
it is.
great
Yeah.
things going
No,
on.
listen.
I agree
What's
with
We
gonna
was
that.
make
at the
them come to
LA
the
Grand Prix last year. It's the Olympic year. I'm thinking it's about to be a sellout crowd in the stands.
And it's not.
Yeah, it had a good crowd, but I was expecting
It
it was gonna be
packed.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it's Olympic year.
UCLA does have the stands, though. I'll say that about UCLA.
Yeah.
So they have the stands, but it's about reaching the people.
And I think me in the U.S. and in LA, I thought it was going to be able to grab more people.
Yeah.
But
You know what I actually think they should do?
what?
I think they should all out one more year. I think they should build one stadium in the U.S. in one central
That's too expensive, bro.
city.
That's too expensive.
You think
Unless we get like some billionaire investor.
I'm telling you, you think it's expensive until you realize, he's talking about all these sponsors that he has coming in to sponsor this event. You get in touch with Mondo, you get in touch with a city organization, and you create this stadium that's going to be used year round, and it's going to host 4 Grand Slams each year. One place.
That's too much, bro.
You say it's too much
I'm
until
telling you, right, like, you
everybody is
gotta-
coming to this central place.
It's gonna take too long for you to
We got a
get
stadium.
permits.
But we
cut
got a
red
stadium, though.
tape,
Eugene, Oregon.
buy land, build a track, build a stadium. It's just too much. It's more money than you actually think it's gonna cost. It's probably more money than it costs to put on the Grand Slam. It's gonna cost a lot of money to do all that type of stuff.
That's
and then
the
on top of
initial
that,
buy-in,
it's like,
though. Once you're
but
already there.
just
So-
for track and field, bro, really a non-revenue sport, bro.
Yeah.
Like really a non-revenue sport.
But in
Which
the
is
U.S.,
unfortunate.
though, we are
Then you
the
guys are
little
using it wrong.
bros. In the U.S., track is the little bros in the sport because we are dominated by the NBA, MLB, NFL, all those other sports. So
Yeah.
it's almost like, that's why I was saying, like, with the Grand Slam coming in, like, I'm just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts because you guys are the 2 biggest names in track and field now in the U.S. So it's like, to not have you guys on board is kind of like, I guess it was just business side, but to hear your thoughts is kind of good insight too, because hopefully, well, I will always want things to go in the right direction for it moving forward, but we'll see how it progresses though. So,
And as my last final comment on this, I will say I would love to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
100%. All the way.
And then you'll become a challenger, right?
And then I become a challenger. If everything
right?
lines up. If everything lines up. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love nothing but for this to be successful.
Yeah.
Because if it does, the amount of benefits that it will provide, this could be a way for athletes to not have to only rely on world championships because you could potentially be making more money consistently throughout the year. This would be able to provide a home for sponsors in the U.S. to come to. It would be a consistent place for people to watch track and field. You can bank off of world championships. You can bank off of the Olympics, hype, sprint, all that stuff.
That
This
just disrupt
could
the
be.
whole sport.
It
though,
would
man.
disrupt this world. That's why this
So
is
then the
actually
world
such
champs
a
would
crazy.
be like legit pointless.
We wouldn't be amateur anymore.
Yeah, because I think that's the initial goal, is to
So you think you think you could be an amateur and go to world champs?
We already amateur sport as this.
Yeah.
Anybody can. I can
already
talk to a
amateur.
guy in the grocery store. He's like, yeah, man, I'm a professional.
The fact that they get to choose who a challenger and who a racer is already makes it not amateur.
Okay, let me ask you guys this: what makes you a professional track athlete?
To be honest, that's the problem.
Okay,
We're amateur.
Listen.
I have an answer. We're
But
amateur.
listen. Yo, I keep knocking this thing down. I'm so sorry, Hugh.
Don't cut that.
So we're not professional athletes. Like when someone asks you, like, what do you do? What do you say?
I just say I run track. Well, now I say I'm the world's fastest man.
I like
Okay,
that.
But listen,
that's crazy, though.
listen. Are you not a professional track and field athlete? Are we not professional track and field athletes?
Legally, no. I'm a contractor for Adidas.
Exactly.
Okay, God.
But I mean, like,
we're cooked, boys.
no, because
We've been cooked. We're
That's
amateurs.
crazy.
but it's like you can see, like, you don't see guys, random people that say like they could just go train pro ball, football, basketball, like, but track, like,
There's a process.
and
and we
like
got
the guy.
high schoolers
What's the
running
guy you raced the other day?
Speed.
Like, he could, if he trained hard enough, he could go qualify and get ready for Olympic trials in LA 28, and he could consider
Shoot, he could
himself.
get in a diamond.
So
league
okay,
cup
so
in
should
top
we
8.
say you can't compete at USA's unless you have a shoe contract?
Nah, we can't do that, bro.
Why not? You think you could go play at the? Actually, let me not say that. I'm not gonna even open that can of worms.
I say it, man. You already play that.
No, I'm not, because I don't know if it's true or not. I don't think you could play at the U.S. Open unless like you're. Well, it's a different requirement, so it's not a good comparison.
Well, our sport, like I said, we have a lot of depth.
But would it be fair to be like, unless you sign a professional contract with a shoe company, you cannot compete at said meets? Because now that alienates a lot of like.
I don't know, bro.
But that's what professionalism is.
So should college
You have
kids
the NBA
should college kids be at USA's?
No. To be honest, I would distance myself from what World Athletics is amateur. All of this is amateur. That's why Grand Slam is the only thing that's technically almost professional.
Because it's only gonna be pros.
It's only going to be pros. They get to choose.
Like they get to choose the people who they want,
And you don't add people in.
And like I said, they did a great job so far signing the 4 best fastest people.
Listen, I don't dispute any of
Yeah.
that. For me personally, like, it's not about the money. I just don't like the structure. I don't like it at all. I don't think it's that good personally for me, and the other things that I mentioned as well too.
But let's go back to your amateur.
But yeah.
Because no, I mean, just the fact that, I mean,
So
don't
you
get me
think
wrong, I love
USATF should
Quincy.
change? You think USATF should change their rules?
I don't think that we should be involved with USATF. I think USATF should handle everything amateur, and a new league should be created that handles everything professionally.
So then, when we go to meets like the Olympics, and
Don't get involved with the Olympics. The Olympics is amateur.
you're right. Listen.
You didn't realize that?
Bro.
You didn't realize-
Hear
we
me
not
out.
getting paid?
Wait, homie. Hear me out.
You're
I
professional.
swear, bro. They make so much money every freaking Olympics. I feel like every single Olympic champion should be going home with at least 5 M's.
At least.
Minimum.
Yeah, like I said, it's a hard sport. We put our body through so much, and we sacrifice way more. And like we have to be 110% every single time we step onto the track to perform at a very elite level. We can't play on a strained hamstring like some guys could do in football and all these nicks and
Can't
nacks.
rely on your teammate.
Like we can't rely on someone else. It's solely visually on. It says on it,
on the
but-
4x4,
yeah.
4x1.
But I'm saying, like, track and field is a solely individual sport.
is an
Where it's
individual
all you out there. You got to be 110%. You can't go in there feeling any type of pain. We can't go in the locker room and get a shot and go back out on the
Facts.
field.
You get popped.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah,
it's-
you just
it's-
had this. Oh, you didn't sign the TUE. Yeah,
it's so much that requires so much out of us, and we get, like, a little bit back in it on return. It's crazy, but it is what it is, man. But it's something that we gotta continue just to push forward for us athletes. We gotta keep pushing though.
Get your bag.
Have you ever done a fan meet and greet?
Nah, never did.
Really?
Nobody want to meet
Dang,
me, man.
Honestly, I feel like after the Olympics, bro, like
Yeah.
People really, I think you getting an individual medal will probably be one of the best things
Ever
in
in
track
my
and field
life.
in the last 10 years.
I think this is what happened. If I made the individual team and I got like Olympic gold, a medal last, I probably retired, bro.
Really?
I'm like, bro, I'm cool. I'm done. No, I'm just talking. I love the game too much though. I love the hustle. I love the grind. I like actually like putting in work. And like I said, my body's still moving well. I haven't had any setbacks where it's things slowing me down with like injuries and like chronic injuries and stuff like that. So I'm blessed to have the way things are processing for me in order for me to continue going.
Yeah.
So in any moment that I could continue doing that, like I'm gonna keep going until like I'm slowing up or things holding me back. But till then, man, I'm grinding. Like you young boys, hey man, I'm still going, man. Hey man, I ain't gonna let you boys give me. Hey, I ain't gonna let you boys give me off my pivot. Now we still go compete, but but I like that though, and also like just getting reactions and getting messages from younger guys just to get advice. So I always try to give game too to understand like this is what you gotta do. Everybody's different, but I know if you prepare yourself and do these X, Y, and Z, then this could hopefully give you the success that you want because it's more than just running fast and going practice hard every single day. You have to understand, you do those 2-3 hours at training, what you go do for the next 20 hours after that? Because that's what things separate yourself from everyone else. Right. That's when how am I preparing myself for the next day to come back into training? Because you can have one good day of training, 2 good days, but you got to have consistency, weeks of training hard, a consistent month, and it has to continue going because you just can't have an inconsistent month. You're like, oh, you're all over the place. You might have a good race, but somewhere down the line, you go break down. Yeah. Somewhere down the line, things ain't gonna start to fall off because you was missing out on those consistent days because you was just so inconsistent in the training. And that's why I try to stay very consistent. Whether it's even on the easy days, I'm still showing up hour and a half early, just preparing myself to mentally just go through about the same way of how I do my regimen. So it's one of those things that it's more me preparing my mind mentally. Yeah. Than physically at that point. So when I go in competition, you see me at meets, I be chilling. I be like having a good time. I be like, man, this is the easy part. Like I be a little bit more nervous going through reps and training because I'm like, damn, I know I'm about to feel this lactic. But in competition, it's like you focus because you know what your body's going to do. So now you just like, I already been here and practiced so many times. I already ran this race so many times in my head. I already picture myself in training like this is where I'm at. Like in this moment, like in this race, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure like you going through that 100-meter final, you probably ran that race probably a million times just thinking like, this is the moment where you want to be at. This is where I want to be. I seen myself here before anybody else did. And when you cross the line first, it probably was like deja vu, like, oh, I see myself winning this already because I know this is what I want to do. And I think a lot of times as athletes, we have to prepare ourselves more mentally and physically because physically, we all go get, it's easy, like we go get in shape. But if your mind not there, like your body could be in 9-7 shape, but your mind could be in 10-0 shape. You know what I'm saying? Because it be like that sometimes. And I think I had moments where I mentally broke down in races where it's like my mind wasn't clicking with my body. And I try to like continue to tell myself, you need to get mentally stronger. Like you can't have moments like that, especially at my age and where I'm at. Like I need to always be ready. Because these young guns, they just gonna go. They ignorant. They just go be like, I'm out here. I'm out to this. Like they'll be a little nervous, but they still like, when you got a young guy that's nervous, that's not good sometimes. Because when they nervous, them boys, that mean they anxious to go. Because I remember how I used to be. So, you just gotta like always be prepared because like sometimes like even like young Quincy like man. You got a guy like that, you're like, man, I don't want to race that kid. Man, I know he out here ball. Because, like, our season and our trajectory is so different. So you like, man, he already ready to go. I'm just starting to go. So sometimes you try to avoid a certain situation where it's like.
Yeah, like he has a peak in March for
indoor nationals. Even like when you got to compete, like these collegiate meets, you like, man, these collegiate, they beat you, they get one up on you. You be like, oh, man, like damn. Like, but we go see them later in trials. And that's when the big boys come out at. That's where the big mind come out. That's where you really got to, like, tap in and do your thing, though.
And that's something I don't think people understand. It's like once you get to this level, everybody's good. Like everybody's good.
Everybody's working hard. Everybody's getting in shape.
What's gonna separate you from everyone else is your mental, and it's not about like going out there and just muscling something because you can run it. Anybody can run, 44 or whatever. But
because like, man, I hate to say this sometimes, but I be real with myself. It's so many guys I say and I see that's more talented than me. I ain't gonna get no names, but it's so many guys I see more talented than me. But it's like, in order for me to put myself ahead of them or put myself with their talent, I gotta work twice as hard and I gotta be disciplined. I gotta understand, like, and also it's like, are they doing the same thing? Because I see so many talented runners. Like, even now, I look at them like, damn, he don't even know how good he's gonna be if he lock in for real, or just that, and you just look at it, it's like, damn. But you know in your head, like, oh, I gotta stay on my shit. Because any moment I have a setback or any slip up, then I know, like, oh, my spot gone. Or, because every year it's always somebody new, especially in the U.S. because we have so much depth. Like, we talk about how it's the hardest team because we have so many people that could do the same thing on that day. We might have a few that's just going to separate themselves, like where they here and everybody else is like right in that bunch.
But we're always going to have a 44 mid leg, always.
Yeah.
And more than one, too.
So it's always somebody. And I prepare myself mentally for that. Like, I know it's going to be somebody. So I got to make sure that somebody don't come get me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that, like, just keep you – and that's the thing that's keep me, like, continue going because you just never know who year it's going to be. Like, and even especially for the 400, every year is someone new who's dominating. Like right now, Quincy Hall dominated this year on the U.S. side. So it's like, is he gonna continue going? And like, who else is gonna be? Because we got so much depth in the event, even all the short sprints and stuff like that, and even with the hurdles, like all the events is so deep.
Yeah,
like ain't like we with these other countries. They got like 2 people and that's it. Like with us, it's very challenging, and thank God for. This World Championship because some people got to buy. No shade toward nobody. But, hey, man, you worked extremely hard for that.
Thank you, sir.
That's a hard double to do, and a lot of people can't do that. And for you to pull that off, that's, you did a great job. And, you could, I ain't going to say relax a little bit, but you still got to be ready to go because you got to repeat. And I think that's going to be a very tough challenge. But like you said, you got the right people around. You got the right coach. You got the right – I see that you have the right, like, tangible things to do that because I was having a conversation with somebody the other day at my training. I think I was telling Eric this. Like last year when you went out and won the 60, right? I was saying like y'all don't even know what he did leading up to this race. I watched you do interviews on NBC. I watched you do all this stuff with them and to come back the next day and you do the walkthrough and everything. You come back the next day and you perform at a very high level. And you won, you dominated your race. Like, a lot of athletes can't do that after doing so much of all that media stuff. Like, because some people, they can get to their head, like, and they can be exhausted. But for you to go out there and still go out there and perform and again, against Trayvon Bromell and New Balance at our home track, apparently you out there and when you screamed, this is your house. I was like, damn, this dude is great, bro. Like, sometimes you just gotta like not even glazing, but sometimes you just gotta like, damn, bro. That's like, people don't understand how hard that is mentally though. For you to do all that and then come out the next day and come out and perform, like after doing all that stuff, bro, you know how exhausted I'll be. I'm like, man, I don't know about today. I'm just gonna go through the motions, so I did all this stuff. But for you to go out there and perform, that says a lot about like your craft.
Especially tapping your nervous system like that too.
Yeah, so it takes a lot, and I think a lot of people don't see that though. They just see us like get on the track and win, but nobody see that he did that though.
Yeah,
but I did though. I was like, damn, like that sounded like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, hey, you got it, like you got it, man. And I think a lot of people don't really appreciate what we do outside of the sport. They just see results, but they don't really see like the groundwork. They don't see the preparation when we go home, how we gotta like eat, sleep, and really get ourselves together. Like how much sacrifices we gotta make. Like we gotta pick and choose when we want to go out and have a drink.
Right.
We gotta pick and choose. All
so when you see him in the club after a race,
like you gotta pick and choose your battles. And I tell athletes that all the time, like, man, all this stuff you want to do, I promise you're gonna have plenty of time to do it. But in this moment, you just gotta sacrifice just for a couple months if you want the things you want to see prosper for you. So, and at this point, I'm like, yeah, man.
You never done a meet and greet, man?
I've never done a meet and greet.
That's so crazy.
I'm not big time like you, man.
That's not it. It's like, okay,
Vic,
even like this
you're
right
a
here.
celebrity, though. Like, you are like people could see you and say, "Oh my God, that's no Lyles."
Yeah, that's
All right.
for real. That's true.
I'd put it to you like this. There was a point in time where I was not a celebrity.
Get this going.
But I acted like I was a celebrity. So I would put myself in situations to where people would either think that I'm somebody big or I was around a scenario or an environment where they need somebody that's higher than what they had. So let's go. If I'm going to a track meet, it's like, hey, you might not think that I'm the headliner, but I want to be at every meet and greet, every interactive thing that you have with this track meet.
Yeah.
And eventually, people will just start attaching me to these moments. So it's like, oh, I didn't know who Noah Lyles was, but I met him and he was amazing. And then I watched him run, and I didn't even know he was in the race, but then he won.
Yeah.
Or he got second, or I was cheering for him because he was the only person I knew who was in the race. And I was just telling Rod, I went to Complex Con, and, it was truly like a starstruck moment because I walk in and all of a sudden everybody knows me and is trying to take pictures with me. And I'm like, yo, Ryan, you got to come with me. And he's like, well, they don't know me like they know you. It's like, at the moment, who cares? Because they're going to see me and then they're going to see you and they're going to be like, well, who's this guy?
Yeah,
and it's
that makes
like,
sense.
or they're going to be like,
Nah,
I think
they
I've
just
seen
they
his
just
face.
asked me to take picture.
No,
Hey,
because,
can you take this picture?
no, because there will be someone who recognizes you and they'll be like, oh, bro, that's Rod Benjamin. And he's going to tell his friend, yo, you got to get a picture with both of them because that's Rod Benjamin. It's like, if you like you and you got them together, like that's a rare moment.
Bro, we was walking to Chrome in Vegas, dog. This dude was like, oh my God, you know Lyles. Dude looked at me and was like, can you take this picture?
It be like that though.
Like,
It does be like
The
that.
whole time he didn't know you Rob Benjamin, but I get.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't really trip. You
I know,
what
but I
mean?
bet he see you on TV Sunday when you race, and he's like, "Oh,
It's like, oh crap,
yeah.
I messed up. Because just as many of those situations is, have you ever been? But I've gotten pushed to the side by my mom.
Really?
Like people will see my mom and be like, "Oh my gosh, can I get a picture with your mom?"
Yeah.
Or
That's
I'll be
funny.
walking with Janelle. And they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, Janelle!" And Janelle, she over here trying to play the "I'm not famous" card. She's like, "Who me? Like,
yeah,
I'm not famous." Like,
Yeah.
yada yada yada. And I'm just like, "Girl, your TikToks are more popular than mine. Like,
Really?
Stop playing." No, to be honest, she has some heavy hitting TikToks. Yeah.
TikTok got back though. We
Exactly.
Back now.
But I'm like for every situation where that happens to you, it happens to me just as much.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us. I mean, if you only focus on that, then you'll never see the opportunity that lies ahead of you of I'm in this situation and I can make something of it.
Like, but if I had the opportunity to do those things or if it presented themselves, I would definitely do it. Like,
See,
I don't turn down opportunity.
That's the next thing. Make the opportunity.
You're right.
Because you're here at New Balance. You're one of their best athletes. You're the most consistent athlete. You got a gold medal from the Olympics. Tell New Balance, hey, let's do a meet and greet. Like, you got all these New Balance. You just walked
Balance
away
take
with
care
a
of you,
good,
bro.
hearty, haul from the Olympics. Let's get in front of these people for this track meet. Let's do a small meet and greet. It don't got to be big, just something light. And then as, it goes on throughout the years, it's like, hey, people are now expecting this meet and greet to happen. And when New Balance is like, oh, we're not going to do it. And the fans are like, no, we need it. It's like, oh, okay, we're going to do it.
Yeah, you're actually right.
From my perspective, I feel like New Balance has been great to you, man.
Man, they've
Like,
been great, man. Shout out to New Balance. They actually been really great supporting me throughout my last couple of years. Like I said, I've been with them since I started out. Never had a moment where I thought I was signing with anyone else. It always was New Balance from the get-go. So, but like I said, I did my part.
Yeah.
I showed up every single day, put in the work, being consistent, showing that I'm worthy of everything that they give me. And, they're a great company to be with. They treat us like humans. They understand everything can go be our way or go our way. They know that they know they're going to support us in every possible way they can.
Right.
And I think that's just really great for brand to understand, like, the athletes that they invest in, that they always going to support them.
Right.
So that's really cool, though.
I think
But
that
they've
goes
been
a
great,
long
man. I
way.
love the balance.
Yeah, no, I think that goes a long way as a brand too. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
When you actually believe and invest in the athlete,
Yeah.
like no matter what happens, like if they have a setback, like as an athlete, knowing that my sponsor got my back,
Oh, yeah, it's great.
like it's great. You know what I
eases a
mean?
lot of the
So
stress
it does.
mentally, too, though,
And then you
because it's
perform better.
Yeah.
So
Because it's like, it is a little stress, too, because, man, this sport already stressful.
It really
like,
is.
nobody want to be dealing with all this stuff, man. That's why I say, like, your circle got to be really, like, tight, whereas you can't have all these other things around that's building up unnecessary stress for you. Like, you can't be dealing with this and you got to go out there and try to exert all of your energy into the track the next day.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you're so exhausted and you have no energy for this or that. So it's like little things that drains you day to day, and that could like affect your performances. And people don't even know, but it does. It could be very traumatic that it could affect your performances, the things you do outside of what you do every single day. And so that's why people got to be mindful, eliminating certain distractions. So it might have moments where things might get you a little bit off here and there, but you got to get yourself back on your game, especially if you want to be at the top of your game, because there's only 3 spots.
Yeah.
It's
Only 3 medals.
30 athletes. Well, it's a significant amount of athletes, 3 spots.
Unless you have to buy.
You know, unless you got to buy.
So you
Still got to win the whole thing.
But
so-
you blessed, effectively blessed.
So, you know,
like,
you got to be mindful of, like, you
actually
know,
2
those
people
things.
this year.
You still got to show
I'm
up.
not gonna say I'm, but
But you
No,
still
you
got to
ble-
show
you
up.
blessed
2 people.
But he still got to show up.
Because now we get to take 4.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
But he
I get
still
what you're
got to
saying.
show up to USA's to show fitness.
Yeah.
And we're going to get him to run the 400 meters. Since he want to run the 4x4, you got to come out USA to do the 400. Show us that you want to get a spot on this 4x4, because you had a lot of people on their heels about this 4x4. And granted, I'm all for you running the 4x4. Like, you getting the gold medal. Like, people like asking me, like, man, look, if you go out there and show greatness, I don't even care. Like, I want to see people exploit all of their talent and be great, 100%. So if you went out there, you know, it been down like, damn, he took Vernon's spot. Shit, it's been hard on me, but at the same time, I got to respect.
I could never take Vernon's spot.
No, I
could
don't
never
know.
take
You
Vernon.
put out your list, I want to know, and I was like, damn, he took my spot. Now I'm just talking, but I want to see you do a 400 one day, though. I know you could do it.
It will come one day. I don't know when that day is. Whenever
Because-
Coach B decide.
But I mean, you do got to buy, so you could do whatever you want, honestly. But this, you know, if you want this thing about it back your head, if you want to just, you know, try something new at USA's, because you got to show fitness or whatever.
It does provide a very nice slot.
Because you
of
could do the
time.
first round. Everybody in the first round be
could.
chilling, so you can go out there and blast the
all you
first
gotta
round,
do
hoping they mind.
is just come through the first 200, 21-2, 21-3.
Easy.
Easy.
You can do that easy.
I just did that yesterday.
Yeah,
Exactly.
There you go.
Just
Yeah,
one time.
yeah. And then you just finish. Yeah, exactly.
Look, because you want to run at some point at the World Championships or Olympic Games, you want to run the 4x4, right?
Yeah.
And
The thing is, I don't want to. Damn, I don't want to half-ass it.
exactly.
Like when I do commit to the 400, I
wanna
don't
just-
want to half-ass it.
But I'm saying you could just do one little one-off.
See, but one-offs means I'm not training for it.
Exactly. But so that's my thing. Like
All you want to do is just show that, hey,
you can run sub
got-
45.
Okay, I know what you
I
did.
got
And then
44
that'll
in
show,
my
like,
legs. I put a
you-
baton.
Yeah, I
I
get
put a
what you're
baton in your
saying.
hand. You gonna split even faster.
Yes.
Oh, I'm definitely going to. I'll run whatever's needed. Every
Yeah, that's
time.
what I'm saying. So you show out fitness, then look, we ain't got no choice but to say like, oh yeah, Noah ran 44, so he could definitely go out there and split faster than what he just ran. So you guys a legit case. And then you won't have the whole Twitter on your back saying, oh, they just put him on for politics. So
Have you ever thought that I actually wanted Twitter on my back?
I don't know. I'll definitely get on there and troll like, nah, he ain't taking. I'm like, who he gonna beat? 'Cause I think I was about to tweet something. I was like,
Now we had a little crash out moment like before going to the village.
yeah. But I mean, at the same time, like, I don't know. It's been crazy though. But here we are now. We good.
V, thank you, bro, for coming on. It's
I appreciate
been
it, man. It's a pleasure.
phenomenal
Anytime you
episode.
guys want to have me on, you can have me hosting, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
I'm always a good voice for the people.
we
You
got
know, I've been trying to get you to host for a while, so I'm going to take you up on that.
Hey, I'm always available.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Beyond the Records podcast,
Warning.
brought to you by HUEL. It fell, but you guys can see it right there.
Hang on. Pass this man a heel.
Throw me a HUEL. See that catch right there? That was an amateur. But yeah, brought to you by HUEL. Thank you guys. See you guys next episode. So hopefully Grant will be here. And
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
peace.